So the Pussycat Dolls got under your wing.
Yes.
Who else is? What else
Have you watched All Stars 5?
Yeah.
Yes, we could talk about All Stars 5, thank God. Because I have the honey. Honey. Let's get into the gig. And let's call this the rewind of Drag Race because I am ready. First things first, I already have my winner. You know who it is. I know who it is.
Shea Coulee. Shea Coulee. Hotter than a motherfucking creme brulee.
I will admit though, in the talent show, honey, you could have served me more than because you know what she gave me? Have you seen Hustlers?
Yeah.
She gave me J-Lo on the pole of Hustlers. That's what she gave me, which was fine, was all good. But I was like, girl, we know what you could do. You could sit in the board. You could come on, girl. Come on.
I felt like the poll wasn't secure.
That too.
And she felt nervous.
Yeah. But you know what? But she did what she came to do. And she let the girls have it. Who really for me really shined was it India Farah who won it?
Yeah.
And to be fair, I don't know much about her because she's seasons behind, like seasons past and stuff. And you know when a new season come out, you do forget that there has been really good talent prior. But for me, I don't think she stood out in the year that she was on. But she came back with a force. I think Ross told her she didn't have something to prove. I know what. The new rules. Whoa, game changer.
And Evie Oddly coming out of the gate swinging.
Honey, she was like, I've won once, I'm gonna win again. And you know what? She
had literally no reason that hard.
Yeah.
She wasn't gonna win any money.
Yeah.
She got paid for the appearance, hopefully. But she just came out and she was like, I'm not impressed. I'm gonna show you something.
Yeah.
And just did it. Miss Evie Oddly, well done.
Yeah, good for you. I know what? She is a lipstick assassin because let's not remember her year when she and Brooklyn did Demi Lovato. That was a shoot. That was not boots. That was a shoot.
Who?
Brooklyn Heights.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay. It's the one that didn't win.
Oh, she didn't win.
Oh no, she didn't win.
I feel like I kind of remember her not winning, and I remember being happy about it.
Oh, the shade. Oh, hold on. Let me just fire extinguisher real quick, cause this shade is hot.
You don't need to. So we're agreed. Shea Coulee to win.
Yes. Defo to win.
And whatever
happens. Defo to win.
Good performance.
Yes. Good. We have to talk about the weakest in the room. Girl, you robbed somebody the spot on Drag Race, and we know Derek Barry, you didn't deserve that spot. And I said it for the second I saw her enter. I was like, girl, go home. So not only.
Do you know what I will give Derek? I will give Derek something. Derek's story has always been like, you do Britney well. We want to know who Derek is.
Mm-hmm.
But Derek is a Britney impersonator. I just feel like if the story wasn't we want to know who Derek is, if the story was Derek Barry is Britney Spears in every Drag Race scenario, I think I'd live.
True.
Like if Derek Barry was Britney Spears doing somebody else in Snatch Game, there would be levels. If Derek Barry was Britney Spears doing a variety show performance, if Derek Barry was doing Britney Spears and in like in a rusical, I just want to see what Britney Spears would do in every single Drag Race challenge, and I feel like Derek Barry could have done that.
Yeah,
I'm not interested in what Derek Barry wants to do.
No, like
in no way am I interested in that. Also, I just have to say, I don't think it's Derek's problem, but I think All Stars 5 easily has the weakest cast.
Yes, agreed.
There are some girls on the show, and I'm like, you're good.
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Yeah.
Like, why is him here?
Yeah.
Why is Blair there?
Like, I know for a fact. I have my top 2 already, and because I love Miss Cracker. I do. I feel like she's one to watch. I feel will she end up in the finals? Maybe, because she's. I feel like Miss Cracker has come back and she's so much more polished than she was in her season. But then her season, she was up against some big guns. Like she's up against some big guns. So it is what it is.
I
But
mean, there's some big guns.
yeah, that was some big. And look who turned the ball, Aquaria. And it is what it is. But with saying that, I look forward to the rest of the season thing. I do want to see one thing though. Imagine Alexis Mateo in the top two, and she has to lip sync against Vanjie. Can you imagine?
You know they're waiting for the opportunity.
Oh, that would be a
they're just waiting.
Down. And I'm sure it's coming. I could see it. I could definitely see like Van. I know what. That would be a showdown. That'd be a mother against daughter. And that would be a show. A show.
Yeah. I don't need Shay versus Sasha.
No, we don't need that.
Like, I don't need to see it again.
No, that's not fair enough. Not fair enough.
Yeah.
Like we've seen the gig. We've seen the gig. And it is what it is. It is what it is. But it's another day, another drag race. We are in a good mood. The 802s on the 6th episode. Look at us, Dan. Look at us. Just us. Reel that back in for real quick. We're on episode 3. Oh God.
Do you want to know what I've been thinking about?
What's been getting? Is it what's getting under your wig, or what's been just in general?
What's been going? So, I had a minute to think about what I wanted to talk about this week, and I thought maybe I'll talk about like the self-imposed turfdom of J.K. Rowling.
Oh God.
And then I thought, do you know what? It's Pride Month, and I don't want to talk about her and her weird obsession with other people's vaginas. And then I thought, maybe I want to talk about statue-loving racists. But then I thought, you know what? It's been a long 2 weeks of protests and making a change. I don't want to give them time. So luckily, this story fell in my lap today. Just thank you, Troy, for sending this.
Oh,
give me something to talk.
We love Troy.
So I'm going to take you on a little journey. And this is the story of L'Oreal and how they treated one Munroe.
Oh, honey.
Let me take you back to August 2017. So for those of you who don't know, get to know, Munroe Bergdorf is a trans activist and model and DJ. She is Black. And in August 2017, she was announced as one of the 27 models taking part in L'Oreal's UK's True Match campaign. It was one of those classic, like, we are a big company and we are committed to diversity and inclusion, and look at how great we are. But the big thing about this was that it was the first time that L'Oreal in the UK had employed an openly transgender model to front one of their campaigns. So big moment for everyone involved, ground shaking, glass breaking, like real big, solid moment. And then swoops in the bringer of chaos and destruction, the greatest pile of shit to ever be created in this land of ours, the Daily Mail. The Daily Mail. So Munroe goes on her Facebook, and I'll read you the post that she makes. And I want you to point out at what bit does, like, from anybody with sense reading it, at what point you would have fired Munroe. Because I've not got it, but I'll read it out to you. Honestly, I don't have the energy to talk about the racial violence of white people anymore. Yes, all white people, because most of you don't even realize or refuse to acknowledge that your existence, privilege, and success as a race is built on the backs, blood, and death of the people of color. Truth. Your entire existence is drenched in racism. From microaggressions to terrorism, you guys built the blueprint for this shit. Come see me when you realize that racism isn't learned, it's inherited and consciously or unconsciously passed down through privilege. Once white people begin to admit that their race is the most violent and oppressive force of nature on earth, then we can talk. Until then, stay acting shocked about how the world continues to say fuck to the hands of your ancestors and your heads that remain buried in the sand with your hands over your ears. At what point would you have fired Munroe?
None. No point.
None.
None.
At no in that, is she lying? Is she doing anything that would deserve to be removed from the campaign? But of course, the Daily Mail. This is posted in response to the rally in Charlottesville. You remember that when Chad and Blake and Hunter all went down to their local, what's the equivalent of home base in the US?
Halford?
Low?
No, not Halford.
Does
Maybe like a Wix. Maybe. Yeah, or
I feel like
or B&M.
with X or
Yeah, let's go with B&M.
if it's in the US, I'm gonna lose my mind. Anyway, US listeners, because I know some of you, we've got a few of you. Please let me know what the equivalent of like where would you go to buy tiki torches, essentially, because that's where Chad went.
Yeah.
And all his buddies. They bought tiki torches and then they marched. This ties into the statues. They marched in Charlottesville to protest the removal of a statue commemorating someone important from the Confederacy from the Civil War. Again, bald-headed statue lovers. I don't understand them. So Munroe says this. The Daily Mail takes this up and basically unleashes a world of abuse towards Munroe. And this is when you're like, okay, we expect this from the Daily Mail. They're literally a shit rag.
Mm-hmm.
But so that happens on the 31st of August.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody at L'Oreal got a phone call. And we don't know who, and we don't know where. I don't know the backstory, but on the 1st of September, L'Oreal removes Munroe from this campaign, issuing a statement that, to me, essentially it says all lives matter. They say we support diversity and tolerance towards all people, irrespective of their race, background, gender, and religion. And apparently Munroe's comments were at odds with those values, so they removed her. Munroe was at odds with your values, L'Oreal, because she pointed out that institutional and systemic racism is a thing that benefits all white people, and that white people, well, all of us, to be honest, are raised in it and grow with it and commit microaggressions and acts of violence against people of color every single day. And until that they realize that and accept that and then work to achieve it, no change will be made. That was apparently at odds with L'Oreal's values. And I can tell you for why. It's because they weren't committed to diversity or inclusion.
100%.
They weren't. They just wanted to be seen that they were. They wanted to do bare minimum of work. This to L'Oreal was posting a black square. This is what they tried to do in 2017. It's like, we will get a trans woman of color on board and we'll get some good press and everyone will be happy. But when it came down to, actually, the worst kind of people are mad at you about this because she spoke truth to them. Instead of support somebody that you brought on as part of your campaign to support what would essentially be any other employee, you decided to just throw her to the wolves, to literally leave her to face torrents of abuse from the worst kind of people. And I remember this when it happened, and I remember honestly just looking at it being like, at what point is this going to make sense? What's not clicking?